Some managers have the ability to protect capital and even grow capital in down markets.
Okay, so Pierre, we have seen the sharp falls in the markets, in the equity markets in particular, over the last 3 months. But what is your take on it at the moment?
Well, as I've very often argued in this program here, in this place, in history, the big financial crises, they always come after periods of easy money from central banks. And this crisis here is no different from the other. It seems that central banks did not learn any lessons from the past. And in fact, we can see a certain malaise in the market here, which we can refer to the different falls from the high price for high quality companies like Oracle, IBM, Apple. Apple are minus 28% from the top price. IBM minus 42% from their high. And then you have high quality banks like BNP, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, even Zurich and Novartis, which were considered as store of value for the Swiss market. All these companies are severely beaten down rather, and then it shows a malaise in the market. And last week, the top management of Apple was mentioning the severity of business conditions in several countries, and this is what we can see over here.
Now, obviously, amid all this uncertainty, investors are wondering what on earth they should do. You have mentioned alternative assets in the past, but perhaps it's time to have a little bit of a look at the performance of those over the last few years, Pierre.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I've brought to you actual results from actual real-life managers here, and we can walk over here. We can see two real managers that are non-correlated, which means that their performance does not rely on ever-rising stock and bond prices. Ode, a UK-based house, and Reflex Discretionary, based in Geneva, both have a long history. They both started 24 years ago, their program. One, Ode, being the long-short equity manager with rather a medium-term, long-term approach. Reflex Discretionary started by Eugenie Leibovich, which operates in a short-term mean reversion pattern with stock markets. And I draw your attention immediately to the year 2008, to the year of the financial crisis, when stock markets came down by 40% for the world index. And you can see that both managers were in fact up. So it means, it demonstrates that some managers have the ability to protect capital and even grow capital in down markets. And this is obviously the example. I've indicated several years, and if we move now to 2013, 2014, even 2012, you can see that both managers sometimes have periods of underperformance. They underperform as compared to the index. And this is the reason why we have seen in recent months and in recent years that a lot of people are concerned about this underperformance. But what counts and what is very important is really the protection of capital in a down years, because this is what makes a difference for the investor. And you can see here the cumulative net performance for the entire period from 2008 to 2015. And you can really see that, in fact, both non-correlated managers have outperformed the stock market. And the difference comes from the year 2008.
Okay, so Pierre, apart from alternative managers, what else would you recommend?
I would recommend to follow the Bundesbank. And the Bundesbank is moving gold, metal gold, into Germany, into Frankfurt, as we learned this week. So I would definitely recommend gold and silver. In terms of currencies, I would recommend the yen and the British pound, which appear undervalued, also emerging currencies. But however, I must say as a conclusion that if there is a general liquidation in assets, probably gold and silver could suffer in the liquidation phase. So for this reason, I think prudent investors should really look at managers like Ode and Reflex. This way they will protect capital in the worst of conditions, and then they will have capital available to pick up the bargains when they occur.
Well, fantastic, Pierre. Thank you so much for coming in today and talking to us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's all from Pierre and myself, but keep on watching Dukascopy TV. Goodbye for now.